Good evening. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professionals. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professions. Thank you all for joining us and staying with us till the end. Honorable knowledge seekers, today I am your host for the evening. My name is Ananya. I'm from Bangladesh. Dear knowledge seekers, I'm proud to be associated with IGP. IGP is a social and ISO certified international education and training institute. In the last 3 years, we have already completed and served 35 million plus knowledge seekers from 100 plus countries. IGP is internationally recognized and globally accredited. We are connected to more than 450 plus professions and 4,500 plus organizations. Institute of Global Professionals (IGP) is a training facility for skill development which was founded in 2020 and is generating competent candidates to meet demand in the global labor market by providing professional qualifications. The Institute of Global Professionals is an educational institute that provides social work globally recognized and reputable. We serve students and community resources providing holistic social work and education. We believe that it's not effective to increase one skill just by acquiring formal education, so we provide effective training and consultation to generate profession generation all over the world. We distribute our services locally, nationally, and internationally to students, job seekers, job holders, and also for learners through respective campus and also for learning distance learning platform. We are an occupational and dependable institution. IGP is one of the famous online institutes from all over the world. Our vision is education isn't a business product. It's a part of our human race. Based on our vision, we are trying to reach all corners of the world for free webinars, seminars, courses, award quiz competition, mentoring and counseling, etc. On the other side, we are also trying to offer more than 100 premium services for free, like creating our portfolio website, resume builder, cover letter, motivational letter, and one knowledge platform for gathering general knowledge, which can upgrade all day. Kids learning games website, free courses, converter sites, and many more. We help to empower you to learn to meet the expectation and dreams and become highly skilled people. We implement several training programs, webinars, and offline online courses for youth and learners by professional trainers, speakers, and coaches. Our sessions are conducted by globally renowned professionals to develop all kinds of youth and to promote the education of their abilities and personalities. Spreading knowledge is crucial for the Institute of Global Professionals. We believe that knowledge is love, light, and vision. So we try to understand and the needs of today's generation will serve them with good research and practice method. We must have a genuine concern for the learner. We represent more diversity, growth, and innovation are required to lead a session with professionalism, passion, and integrity. IGP members are committed to offering best quality services and continual improvement so that individuals who seek information can improve their skill levels and value. Before we move to the next, let me remind don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. Your support is very valuable to us. Thank you. Before we move to the next, let me remind don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. Your support is very valuable to us. Thank you. Moving to the next, with your continuous support, we have already completed 2,271 webinars successfully. Moving to the next, with your continuous support, we have already completed 2,271 webinars successfully. Dear IGP speakers, participants, and well wishers, at this moment, this is a very important message for you all. We changed and designed our website www.eduigp.com. On this website, we have surprises for everyone. Hope you will be benefited. We already launched our new website where you can find all of our previous activities together with lots of new features. But one strong point is that without any account or logged in, you cannot enjoy our services. So create your account for once with your proper information. Note that with your proper information, you will enjoy all features. With mismatches data, You can do anything here. From now on, you have to participate in live quiz competition on our website. We replace Slido. You have to join directly on our website. Now you can check all of our previous webinars with verified e-certificates. It's easier and time oriented because after this session, we will not provide you with any code for certification. You have to take part in one exam. After that, if you passed, you will receive your certificate, otherwise not. But you can take part in an exam unlimited till you pass. If you are an IGP speaker, you can download all your previous certificates speakership certificate. If you are a host of IGP, you can download your certificate of gratitude. If you are an online quiz competition winner, you can download your certificate of participation. If you are selected for a lifetime membership, then you can download a certificate of lifetime membership easily. Besides this, if you participated in any award function which organized combined support with IGP, you can download that also. You can standly prepare and download 18 type of instant certificate from our website within a minute. Certificate of Global Professional Membership, Certificate of Global Influencer during the pandemic, Certificate of Active Knowledge Seeker, Certificate of Social Activist during the pandemic, Certificate of Achievement IGP Knowledge Seeking Campaign 2020, Certificate of Achievement IGP Knowledge Seeking Campaign 2021, Certificate of Achievement IGP Knowledge Seeking Campaign 2022, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 1, Authentic Assessment in Teaching Learning, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 2, Teaching English as a Foreign Language and Assessment, Teaching Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 3, Digital Classroom Engagement Tool, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 4, The New Trends in Education, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 5, Upskill Organizational Leadership and Managerial Skills, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 6, Trends in Innovation in Mathematics Education, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 7, Research a Comprehensive Approach, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 8, Art in Teaching Special Program in the Arts, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 9, 21st Century Tools in Teaching Mathematics, Certificate of IGP Corporate Ambassador, Certificate of IGP Campus Ambassador, which you can prepare and download within a minute. From now on, you can participate in a 1000 plus international level quizzes with verified e-certificates. Teaching tips for teachers, health tips for parents, health tips for teens, gamification tools for teachers. You can join IGP alumni. You can check out our 50 plus premium services websites for free and many more. Dear IGP well wisher, we promised previously, but lack of our technical issues, we are late sending you on time. This is a great opportunity to collect your previous credential. We solve all issue from our website. Now you can enroll, reset password, everything. You can check your dashboard for all webinar details. It's a cordial request to you. Check all buttons and pages on our website. Surely I can say you will be benefited. Thank you, but note that without any account or logged in, you cannot enjoy our services. At present, we are going to start our 2270 webinars and program name is Agri Drone for monitoring and spraying pesticides, and our honorable speaker Dr. Shobik Ganguly. And now is very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with his presentation. Hello, sir.
Audible to you?
Yes, sir. You are audible.
Thank you. So, should I start?
Yes, sir. Hope you're doing great, sir. Sir, on behalf of IGP Speak Knowledge Seekers, wants to hear from you about you, sir. Now the stage is yours. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to the participants of IGP. We are once again assembled here to learn about another interesting topic dealing with agricultural drones. We'll brief you about what is the agri drone, or uh, why is it very popular in farming practices these days. We'll give you a brief introduction about agri drone. We'll tell you about how drone technology evolved and the different types of drones that are used in the farming practices. We will talk about the key features and the technologies being involved with the agricultural practices and applications of these agri drones or agricultural drones. We'll talk about the benefits as well, that how is it beneficial for the farmers who are working in the fields tirelessly for producing some good amount of crops. Why is it that it is important for us to have a look at the farming practices, and then we'll finally discuss about what are the present challenges, uh, applications to as well as we will talk about the future trends that are there in the farming practices. And finally, we'll conclude with some key takeaways from the lecture. So, first of all, let us have an idea that what is meant by agri drones or agricultural drones. These are basically some unmanned aerial vehicles which are used for the different farming practices. So, it gives us a bird's eye view of the agricultural field from the farm for the farmer. So we can use these drones for crop analysis, crop monitoring, soil analysis as well. And at times we have to spray the pesticide for which we can employ this. So usually talking about the different types, although I discussed, I think in my previous lecture as well, that there are three types of drones that are there, which we call as the fixed wing drone, the rotatory drones, and the hybrid drones. So these are the three common varieties of drones that you get in terms of farming practices or in terms of any unmanned aerial vehicle which are used for other activities as well, for defense applications as well. So these are the commonly used drones in the defense practices. And let us move ahead to learn about that how this drone technology evolved. So we talk about pre 20th century where some kites and balloons were there. So these were the earliest form of unmanned aerial devices that were used by the military persons or defense purpose, or even for a meteorological data collection purpose as well. Then we found that some aerial torpedoes were there, which were normally pilotless, and these are mostly used by the military persons during World War One. Apart from that, we are talking about another radio plane which is called OQ-2. This is the first produced mass production of UAVs that took place during World War II for targeting practice by anti-aircraft gunners. So these type of activities were the first preliminary, I should say, preliminary activities or drone technology that are used in practice uh, for uh, uh, for evolvement of leading to the invention of drones basically. And there was a time which we called as a Cold War era, 47 to 1970s, where we found the use of some early jet powered drone. So these are used for once again target practice, and some lightning bug drones are also being developed by US for some missions on Vietnam and China. So this is the first significant contribution to the invention of drones in terms of defense applications though. Moving ahead, so rise of modern UAVs or unmanned aerial vehicles came in some miniature form, which are more efficient drones and which are used for the military purposes. And in 80s also we found the use of GPS technology, very early stage to talk about, and they worked on the navigation purpose, and they also worked on the targeting accuracy purpose as well. Apart from that, in 1990s, we find the use of predator drones, which are basically an introduction given by some company named General Atomics, and which is a significant milestone, you can say, in terms of UAV development purpose. So, mostly used by the armed missions, mostly used for the armed missions. So, mostly we find that the early stages of development of UAVs or the unmanned aerial vehicles, they were coming from the defense application purpose or military persons. Mostly, they were in need of such type of unmanned vehicle for which that necessitated the development of drone technology. So, apart from military applications, we are gradually moving into the civilization or civilian applications of drones, because mostly it was restricted only to the restricted to the military purpose only, or for the defense application. So drones like the Predator and Reaper, these two are the names of the drones. Basically, they become very much active for the military operations, for targeting purposes, and also for the surveillance purposes. So civilian market emergence came in the mid 2000. So we have been talking about DJI Phantom. Is the first widely consumer purpose a drone, which is used for photography purpose, which is used for videography purpose, and which is also used for any recreation purpose. So these are basically the starting point of civilian purpose used drones. So, likewise, in 2010 onwards, we find the emergence of agricultural drones, or which are mostly used for farming practices. So, what type of farming practices are there? They can be some agricultural monitoring. There can be some pesticides which are being sprayed to the fields. So, these are making some initiation to precision agriculture that we are talking about. And there are some regulatory issues as well, because there has been no regulations for the drones. Initially it was there by the aviation authorities, or mostly being used for the military purpose or the defense purpose. So there are certain aviation rules or regulations that has to be framed for operating these drones in the agricultural field or in the airspace. So with drones came some advancements in the advancements in terms of the technology. So we are talking mainly about the some of the key features or some of the key components and the technologies involved with that. So obviously, when we are using a drone, these days we are aware of, but mostly we are taking some images from the using the drone. So there has to be some high resolution cameras or high resolution imaging must be there, which are usually making use of some multispectral or hyperspectral or even some thermal cameras are being used for in the different agricultural fields and also in the forests, as well as for environmental monitoring as well. Apart from that, when we are having the drone ready for autonomous flights, we are also making use of some AI and ML techniques for automatic navigation to avoid obstacles, as well as analyzing the data that we are obtaining or analyzing the images that we are obtaining from the drone. And of course, we'll be talking about some improved battery life, because the flight time has to be increased. Otherwise, a very less flight time will not serve our purpose in our farming practices as well. And there is a combination of fixed wing and the rotatory wing drones, which has better versatility. So we are mostly talking about hybrid drones these days, so which are versatile in nature and which are making use of the both the fixed wing as well as the rotatory wing. So as per the requirement, they can do it, and they have some battery technology which are extending their flight times as well. Now, major purposes of using this agricultural drones or agri drones in the farming practices, mostly for making the crop health monitoring. They are also used for analysis of the soil, how much moisture content is there, what is the type of the soil, and all those things, features related to the soil can be monitored and can be analyzed as well. And irrigation management, definitely when to water your plants, or how to maintain the crop health, because we had been talking about pesticides, we have been talking about fungicides, we may be talking about herbicides as well that are injected in the sprayed in the fields, how much is the amount, and how to monitor the health of the crop due to the application of those pesticides in the fields. So we will talk about how to spray these pesticides in the field. So we have several mechanisms. One is what we are calling it as an automated system. So mostly they are GPS guided systems where there must be some precise application of pesticides and ensuring coverage of the minimum coverage, as well as minimizing the overlap. There may be multiple drones in the airspace, so minimizing any overlap or any overlap in the paths as well. Also, apart from that, we are talking about the spray nozzles. So we must have high quality spray nozzles that should atomize the pesticides into fine droplets, and then optimizing its distribution and how to uh, uh, inject it or how to spray it to the appropriate plant surfaces. That is also equally important. Apart from that, we can talk about some of the control mechanisms and how will we adjust the release rate based on some speed or based on some altitude from where it is being sprayed to it. So this will impose upon consistent application as well. Apart from that, we will talk about height and speed adjustments as well. That there are sensors, there are onboard systems as well. So it has to adjust the drone's height and the speed automatically, so that we can have the optimal spraying conditions, especially in some uneven terrains. So there can be some hilly areas which can be covered by the drones. So there are uneven terrains as well. It's not that it's always a flat surface. We can also operate the drones in some farming practices in the hilly areas as well. Now, when we are taking the images, when we are using this multispectral or the hyperspectral cameras and the sensors are there, we are targeting some specific areas which need some treatment. So uh, we have to analyze a huge amount of data within a very quick amount of time and apply the pesticide in that particular infected area or in that targeted area. So we have a technology called variable rate technology, which can vary the pesticide application rate in real time, as well as what it is getting. It is getting some real time field data. It is reducing the waste, as well as it is having some environmental impact. Too much of pesticides which we normally our farmers are doing at this point of time can be harmful to our health. So as well as crop health. Crop health means it will be indirectly affecting our health. So we have to use the pesticides optimally, and our variable rate technology can do it very smoothly. Now we will talk about some of the insecticides that we are used to control the insect space that can damage the crops, and of course the timing of that pest or the dosage, they are very much critical to avoid resistance and uh, non-target effects. So of course if you are not hitting the target, of course it can damage your plants as well. So there are certain types of insecticides which are there, which are mostly being applied to kill some of the harmful insects that can damage your crops. Apart from that, we can have the herbicides as well, which can be used to eliminate or any manage any unwanted vegetation. Say for example, any weed formation is there for which you need to apply some herbicides, and you have to be very much selective. uh, so there can be some pre-emergent herbicides, or there can be some post-emergent application as well. So we have to consider all the different herbicides, nature of the different herbicides, and accordingly we can remove or eliminate out that unwanted vegetation using the drone technology. So different fungal diseases can also affect your crops. So we have to apply certain fungicides as well. We can apply them and provide some preventive as well as some curative treatments. Timely application will definitely help for the disease not to recycle. So these are the different types of pesticides which we had talked about. One is insecticide we have discussed. We have talked about herbicides. We can talk about fungicides as well. Now, what are the benefits? Why? How do we benefit from using the drone technology in our farming practices? So, first and foremost, is we can cover a huge amount of agricultural field with a very high amount of precision, and also reducing the labor cost and the time. Apart from that, uh, we are actually protecting our environment from different chemicals which we are spraying. So traditional practices, maybe uncontrolled spraying of pesticides are taking place, so that it is affecting the crop health, it is affecting our health as well. So this can be prevented. Apart from that, uh, of course, when we are applying it manually, when we are applying the pesticides manually, it is, of course, these are harmful chemicals, as it is killing the insects or as it is killing the fungal diseases that are affecting the crops. Definitely it has some harmful chemicals, so it is also reducing the human exposure to these hazardous chemicals as well. So we are also protecting or having safe operation for the farmers as well. So we will talk about two case studies which we have taken out from some research articles. So the case study one was a case study involving monitoring purpose. So a vineyard was considered in which the drone technology was applied for monitoring purpose, and we found that there is a 20% increase in the yield of the grapevines, grapes, and there is also reduction of 30% reduction in the usage of water in those fields. So making use of the drone technology, we can be able to assess also the amount of moisture content, so that wastage of water can be prevented. So water usage can be optimized as well, apart from increasing the crop yield. The second study is spraying pesticides in a rice farm using the drone technology, and we have been able to understand that almost 40% reduction in pesticides took place, which improved, of course, the crop health, and also made the farmers very much safe from the hazardous chemicals or the pesticides they used to spray earlier. Now comes the data collection part and the data analysis part. So drones are making use of some sensors or high resolution thermal cameras. Some AI/ML techniques are being applied to monitor the crop health, to have the pest infections, and also understand the soil conditions, amount of humidity, amount of type of soil or something of that sort, and composition of the soil sometimes. So different sensors can be connected. Mostly the moisture content is being monitored. Apart from that, we are talking these days about internet of things, or drone with internet, connected to internet. So internet of things, so drones are integrated with the IoT devices, like the soil sensors or the moisture sensors to be exact, and also some weather stations to provide a comprehensive management, a farm management solution. Apart from that, we can get the real time data, and we can work with that data to provide appropriate decision on the crop health. Of course, some challenges are there. We cannot have absolutely smooth system. uh, so there are limited flight times as of now. There is a huge investment in terms of initial costs. There are some regulatory issues because all of a sudden you cannot fly off with a drone technology in your agricultural field. You have to take certain permission from the aviation part. Data management, of course, it's a huge issue. We have to maintain a proper data server, which is also costly at some certain point of time. So there are some advancements which have taken place in the battery technology, which improves the flight time, and of course some regulatory frameworks are being uh, taking place with respect to the aviation technologies. So this is the beginning, rather. So more stringent norms will be definitely be coming up in terms of aviation regulations. When we are talking about some of the safety and the environmental concerns, we are not making use of human in the agricultural field, but of course we are having some operator which is who is operating, and there is some adequate training required for the operator as well. So we have to train a particular operator who is taking the safety protocols for who are maintaining the aviation rules in order to fly those drones. So some environmental concerns can be mitigated through the precision application of pesticides, and of course we are finding that there is a considerable reduction in the chemical uh, being applied on the agricultural field or on your crops, so that the crop health is being maintained. Now, talking about regulatory frameworks, normally it varies from country to country, and we can talk about some of the licensing issues. We can have some flight restrictions in different zones. Say, for example, if it's a bordering area, so we cannot fly a drone all of a sudden without taking permission. And of course some it is taking images, so some data privacy issues can be there, so those laws must be uh, properly followed while operating that particular drone technology for the farming practices. And we must safely use the drone, and we must have the legal drone operations taking place, taking the following the regulatory concerns or regulatory frameworks laid down by the aviation technologies. So, what's a market trend, and what about the different market players which are there in the drone technology? So, we are expecting that there will be a huge projection reaching out to almost $5.7 billion by the end of 2025. So next year around, we are expecting a huge demand for the precision-based agriculture where we are making use of this drone technology. So mostly there are three companies which are playing the key role. One is called uh, DJI, the other is Precision Hawk, and the third one is Aero Vanment. So these companies are the primary leaders, basically, or the global leaders in the use of drone technology, or in the uh, formation of aggregation production of agri drones. And we are expecting that the market share will definitely increase, and import and export of drone technology will be there in the coming years. Cost, of course, cost is as of now the cost is really high. We were applying for a project based on the drone technology for improved farming practices, and we were really surprised to see that it was costing around few lakhs of rupees in terms of Indian rupees for purchasing with adequate amount of software, sensors, high-end sensors, and also the cameras, multispectral or hyperspectral cameras as well. So operating cost is high as of now. Maintenance is sometimes high, and also data processing, because we have say if the flight time is around 20-25 minutes, and there is a huge amount of data being collected, so which has to be maintained in a server properly. So huge investment on purchasing of drone, some softwares that are there, training your operator as well, because this cannot be done by simple farmers. So there are involving technologies as well, like some communication protocols are there, some AI ML techniques are there for the data analysis purpose, which cannot be done by the farmers. So return of investment can be achieved if there is a successful yield, or if there is a better crop health or something of that sort. Uh, and of course, with the increase in the efficiency of how quickly we can manage and spray the appropriate amount of pesticides to the agricultural fields which are affected by either your any insect, or damaged by any weeds or something of that sort. Now, talking about the future trends, we are talking about autonomous drones basically. So, even AI driven data analysis, we are thinking about, and of course integration with several technologies like internet of things. LoRa is another which can make use of without internet connections, which can have a transmitter and receiver to operate within a range of 10-15 kilometers. So these things are technology integrations are also there. So innovations will definitely further enhance your precision and efficiency of your farming practices. So basically, we are talking about these type of things. Now, whether this will be accepted, this drone technology, or this improved farming practices, or precision agriculture as we call it, whether they will be adopted globally, they will be driven by certain factors like availability of technology, some common regulatory framework, or depending upon the economy conditions of the country as well. So whether it's a developing country, or whether it's a developed country, or something of that sort. So global adoption or global acceptance of drone technology in the agricultural practices or farming practices is equally essential as well. Now, talking about the economic impact or the return of investment analysis, we can see we can analyze, and although there is a huge amount of investment being involved with the drone purchase of drone, purchase of your software, or data analysis part requires some good amount of server, which are also expensive, but still we can have some cost saving through the reduced use of pesticides, through lowering the labor cost which who are doing it manually on the fields, and of course increasing the crop yield as well. So mostly they can be uh, we are improving upon, or trying to make it a profitable thing in terms of agricultural practices, or in terms of farming practices, and also how we can make our solution of drone technology sustainable as well, because we had been talking about sustainability aspects in every design that we make. So how can we make our design of drone, or agri drone, so that it becomes produces a sustainable solution? So what are the sustainable aspects? Now let us discuss, and we can how we can contribute to the sustainable farming practices by making use of less amount of chemicals. We are making appropriate use of water in the paddy fields, or in the farming fields, and we are also minimizing the environmental impact through the less use of chemicals or hazardous chemicals. So we are gradually moving on towards organic farming practices. We are moving on for precision agriculture. So this actually are linked with the sustainability aspects of agricultural practices. Now, who can provide you with the assistantship. Some research institutions can come up. Some agricultural institutes are there. In India, also, we have agricultural institutes. In your country as well, you may be having some agricultural institutes who can partner with the tech companies, and they can provide some innovative solutions for wide adoption of this particular drone technology for spraying and for controlling the pests. Apart from that, there can be shared knowledge or resources that can be given in some websites or something of that sort, so that the farmers can come get educated. So farmer education is also equally important in terms of the drone technology as well. So drones basically are making use of some advanced sensors. They are using some AI driven techniques for processing the data, and they are having some automatic flight control capabilities as well. So these advancements will gradually lead to the precision in the agricultural practices and efficiency of the agri drones overall. Apart from that, we are having some integration of other technologies like GPS or GIS, or even satellite based communications can be carried out for functionality of the drone. So we can have the combined technologies as well, just as we have talked about LoRa technology. It is without internet connection, you can transmit and receive data within a range of 10 to 15 kilometers. So a wide coverage can be there without the use of internet technology, because farmers may not be using internet at the time they are in the fields. So these type of technologies can come up really and provide some comprehensive data analysis, and these data analysis will be useful for us to make certain important decisions in the farming practices. So some of the policy recommendations, of course, when we talk about drone technology, and if it is having a cost, so government should give some subsidies, and there should be some funding in terms of the research institutions or the agricultural institutions, and of course there should be some regulatory support, because these are not to be used for any defense application purpose, so that some strict norms are there, or some strict regulatory frameworks are there in terms of this in terms of this drone technology. So when we are talking about, we can streamline some approval processes or standardize certain regulations, which can be helpful for smooth running of the precision agricultural practices. Some ethical considerations, of course, there are huge amount of data being produced within a flight time of 10-15 minutes, so data privacy must be maintained. There are traditional farming jobs which can be affected, so that concern can be taken into account. So finding an alternative for the farmers or for the persons who are engaged with the spraying of pesticides manually, so their work should not go away. So rather educate them, rather train them, so that it can be helpful for them to survive as well. And of course some environmental concerns are there, which we had talked about. So we are trying to make use of some transparent practices, or involving some stakeholders. They can be tech companies who can be stakeholders. They can be some research institutes who are working in the agri-based products or something of that sort. They can also come up with some uh, good new ideas, and they can always sit together and make a mutual discussion. So, what is the public perception so far? So far, it is going in the positive direction, and we are gradually trying to accept this particular technology, which can benefit us in so many different ways. And of course, we can improve upon the acceptance through some education, through some mass education, educating the school children as well, and some demonstration projects can be given to the farmers, so that they can understand it better and try to work out with the things. So we have talked about today on the agri drones, mostly the agricultural drones, which are transforming your agricultural field in a more precise and efficient way so that the pest can be monitored, the crops can be monitored, as well as the appropriate spraying can be done using the drone technology. We have talked about different in terms of benefits. We have talked about the how much cost saving which we can make, how much improvement that we can have with respect to the crop yield, and how much environmental impact that we can create with the use of spraying optimum amount of pesticides to the fields or to the infected areas only. So apart from that, we are having some challenges, some regulatory issues are of course there, which we will always try to address. And with the ongoing innovations, we cannot stop innovation to be taking place. So of course, the future is use of the uh, unmanned aerial vehicle technology with some significant potential, and which can be adapted globally and which can impact globally as well. So, with this, I complete my talk today, and I'll expect that the participants will be asking some interesting questions. So over to IGP. I hope that I am done with my presentation part, and we can have some discussions on some questions, some interesting questions, if you have anything on your mind regarding the drone technology. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your rich content presentation, which can impact our knowledge seekers surely. After your presentation, I hope our knowledge seekers can learn something new, which was our only intention. Learn and grow together, IGP knowledge seekers. Once again, thank you so much, dear sir, for your presentation. Now, sir, it's time for our questionnaire session, which is the most valuable part of our regular webinar. Honorable sir, please stay with us after a short video. We'll be back in our session part 2, which is the questionnaire part. Dear IGP knowledge seekers, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After questionnaire, we have webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seekers, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After questionnaire, we have webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seekers, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After questionnaire, we have webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seekers, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After questionnaire, we have webinar certification and online quiz competition. Once again, thank you so much, Honorable Sir, for your time in IGP. We have learned a lot from you with new topics. It will add some value to our day to day activity along with our academic and professional growth. Honorable Sir, hope to see you again with a new topic and a new date. Thank you, Sir. Take care.
Okay.
Honorable Sir, before we move to the next webinar certification process, if you want to leave this studio, you can, Sir. IGP Knowledge Seekers, it's time for the webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. IGP Knowledge Seekers, it's time for the webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification process, we have online quiz competition and quiz certification. Visit www.edugp.com. Please make sure your presence on our website. Find a running session and get enrolled. After watching or completing part 1 video session, click mark as complete. Moving to the next with you, which is the learning test quiz. Passing mark is 80%. If pass, back to the course again. To download your certificate, if fail, to retake the quiz. Download your certificate in PDF or JPG. For your attention, I am going to share the procedure again. Certificate instruction is visit www.edugp.com. Please make sure your presence on our website, sign up or sign in, find a running session and get enrolled. After watching or completing per run video session, click mark as complete. Moving to the next, which is the learning test quiz. Passing mark is 80%. If pass, back to the course again. To download your certificate. If fail, to retake the quiz. Download your certificate in PDF or JPG. Dear IGP Knowledge Seekers, it's time for the most engaging part of this webinar, which is an online quiz competition, which is our regular webinar activity. We changed a few process for online live quiz competition. Note that after live, no one can participate. Now time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. Now time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. Visit www.edugp.com, sign up or sign in. Without this, you cannot join live quiz competitions anymore. Browse the live quizzes button or give a link. Find the session name and join with your logged website or user account. Click join and wait for a few minutes to others to join. Enjoy an online live quiz competition. After a short video, we will start our quiz session. So our first question is, are the drone sailboats more useful for monitoring hurricane conditions? requires more manpower, or ocean surface temperatures can be checked? Option A or option B? Correct answer is option B. And our next question is, a police drone monitoring a neighborhood for potential crime would be an example of equity or surveillance. Option A or option B? Correct answer is option B, and 100% people are correct. And our next question is, which is not an objective of sustainable agriculture? A healthy environment or concentrated animal feeding? Option A or option B? Correct answer is option B. And our next question is, goddess of fertility and agriculture, Aries or Demeter? Option A or option B? Correct answer is option B, and 82% people are correct. And our next question is, includes insecticides, agriculture, chemicals, plant, marine, absorbed or inhaled? Option A or option B? Correct answer is option A, and 82% people are correct. And our next question is, the main cash crop in the agricultural south was hemp or cotton? Option A or option B? Correct answer is option B, and 80% people are correct. And our next question is, Southern dependence on slavery and an agricultural economy resulted in an excellent railroad system or lack of factories? Option A or option B? Correct answer is option B, and 75% people are correct. And our next question is, Southern dependence on slavery and an agricultural economy resulted in an excellent railroad system or a lack of factories? Option A or option B? Correct answer is option B, and 100% people are correct. And our next question is, agriculture can have incredibly damaging effects on biodiversity. Which of these is not one of these? Wildlife habitat is cleared or biodiversity increases? Option A or option B? Correct answer is option B, and 27% people are correct. And our next question is, the development of agriculture mean that early people had to become nomads or people had a reliable food source. Option A or option B. And the correct answer is option B, and 63% people are correct. Congratulations to our webinar online quiz competition winner top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes to finalize the result, and after that we will issue our online quiz competition certificates on our website and official Facebook page, Institute of Global Professionals. Congratulations to our webinar online quiz competition winner top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes to finalize the result, and after that we will issue our online quiz competition certificates on our website and official Facebook page, Institute of Global Professionals. At the end of our session, we can say properly feed your skills. Never stop learning because life never stops teaching us. Be happy and stay safe. See you again and again. We want your participation in every program. If you want to live a happy life, tie it to a goal, not to people or things. Albert Einstein. Before I say or hit the end live button, again wants to thank all IGP knowledge seekers for your active participation as always. See you in the next session. Thank you.